Good morning, Titans. I'm Bailey Johnson.
And I'm Jonathan Luke.
And you're watching this week's edition of Titan TV.
CHS got the opportunity to host a Shattered Dreams program this year.
Through this, students learned the cost of what drinking and driving can truly have.
Shattered Dreams is an influential program that is supported by the FISD Police Department and high schools in the area. Shattered Dreams is centered around simulating a tragic car accident due to drinking and driving. It's meant to show high schoolers the scary truth about drinking and driving, and is usually around the time of prom and banquets. A lot of time, effort, and literally blood, sweat, and tears go into this program. The police bring in totaled cars from a junkyard that were involved in drinking and driving accidents in real life. The TV broadcast crew spends hours of filming the entire production from the party scene to the car crash. The theater classes apply the blood and realistic makeup to the victims of the car crash. Shattered Dreams is usually hosted by one high school per year. But this year, the program has transitioned to hosting 2 events per year, one for East and one for West sides of Frisco due to the increasing numbers of high schools. Wakeland High School will be hosting the second Shattered Dreams in May. This is an extremely impactful and life-saving program that deserves its praise. There's no telling how many people this program has helped and how it will continue to help people. Of course, the accidents at high schools aren't real, and Frisco ISD is hoping to keep it that way.
Despite how realistic the program may have seemed, theater put countless hours into making this production come to life.
In order to do something like Shattered Dreams, you have to have a good team, and we had the best. Both Stephanie Ball, Stephanie Rose, my partners in crime. We have a lot of great students. We used mainly seniors because we think that they're the most experienced, and a lot of them want to do this in the real world. We use liquid latex to make things like the wounds on the arms and the wounds on the shoulders. To make Cole Lyons bloody up his face. We used some wax and some putty that we put in there and cut it with a little carving knife, and lots of fake blood. It's not a fun thing because it's the subject matter is not fun, but it was kind of cool. Taking your hand into the fake blood that Miss Ball made out of, let's see, it was chocolate syrup, corn syrup, and red food coloring. So we got to take it, I got to dip my hand in it and kind of splatter paint it all over the car and all over the scene. But it took a lot of time. So it's amazing how much time was put into it. You got to thank Officer Jones and, Miss Rose, Miss Ball, Miss Gross, all for giving us pictures and ideas. So we went on the internet and went crazy and found a bunch of Google images and gave them to the kids, and then they created magic.
A lot went on behind the scenes to get ready for this event, and what students got out of it was life-changing.
Since I was the one that died on scene, I was put in a body bag and I was taken away, and knowing my parents watching me, their child just immediately just dead on scene, was definitely a really real experience, and I definitely wanted to, it made me realize, I don't want my parents to be put through that situation where they have to see their child die, I shouldn't be the one dying from a stupid action I've made, and it made me realize that, I have to appreciate my life and the things I have, because this retreat, this experience definitely taught me, I have so much for me and I have worked so hard and I can't lose that.
I think a lot of people were impacted by the video that was made and by the crash scene. A lot of the makeup was the theater department, which was really cool. We got a lot of recognition from the hospital staff. They were saying what a great job that our theater department did with the makeup, so that was awesome.
And once we got onto scene, things started to get more serious. They had a lot more fake blood. They started pouring on us. The cars were there, and these cars were, actually cars that someone was driving when they were in an accident. And so, you know, in our car there were like blood stains on the carpet, and you know, obviously all the shattered glass everywhere. Just made things a lot more realistic. That this isn't so much, you know, just an act anymore. This is really happening.
The retreat was really fun, but at the same time, it was really eye-opening, I think, for a lot of us, and that's how we all bonded, because we truly realized like the impact it had on us because of how many emotions were coming out.
And we talked about people dying and certain specific personal events, and it was really intense. And I'm still emotionally drained from it, and so is everybody else. We're all really just kind of still dead.
Hopefully the message to get across is that, you know, you don't have to drink and do drugs to have fun. You can have fun without it, and also definitely, of course, obviously, you know, not to drink and drive, because it never will end good. I mean, either way, you might get away with it one time, but you never know. You might not get away with it the next. So, you know, definitely, you know, you can always have fun without that stuff, and, you know, don't drink and drive.
I hope that in addition to like obviously taking away like don't drink and drive, that maybe some of you guys out there learned a little compassion for other people.
Alcohol isn't the only substance abused by teenagers.
Synthetic drugs can and do kill.
High levels of stress paired with the ignorant intelligence of high schoolers can lead teenagers to make poor decisions such as drinking, smoking cigarettes, and doing drugs. Some Frisco teenagers have recently been affected by these new synthetic drugs moving around the area. I talked to Centennial's very own Student Resources Officer to find out more about synthetic drugs.
How prevalent have synthetic drugs been around Frisco?
It's no more prevalent than marijuana, but it's been out probably for the last 7 years, some forms of it.
What age group is most commonly using synthetic drugs?
It's a wide variety. I would probably say the younger kids are using it probably, I would say from 16 probably anywhere to the late 20s.
Are synthetic drugs easier to come by than other types of drugs?
Not anymore, since there was a city ordinance passed and would stop people from selling synthetic drugs, such as K2 and things of that nature.
What are consequences that come along with using, selling, or having synthetic drugs?
It becomes Class C misdemeanor. Like I said, there's a city ordinance. You can be fined up to $500. You also can be arrested for it.
What precautions do you take to make sure students don't involve themselves in drug use?
Education. You can only educate people about it, and you hope their parents take precaution and educate their kids about them. Other than that, there's really no other precaution other than passing laws and enforcing the law. You know, it's up to the individuals to know what's right and wrong and to do the right thing.
A family here in Frisco has experienced a great tragedy due to these drugs. The Brown family lost their 15-year-old son, Monty Brown, to these synthetic drugs. On December 14th, 2013, Monty and his two older brothers decided to try them. Shortly afterwards, Monty experienced an overdose. Paramedics tried to revive the boy, but about an hour later, after arriving at the hospital, Monty passed away, while his two older brothers were being hospitalized.
These types of drugs have continued to remain prevalent in Frisco and surrounding cities. It's important to know the dangers that come along with the abuse of synthetic drugs. This is Aaliyah Makahillis, Titan TV.
It's hard to believe prom is over.
Abby has highlights.
Hey Centennial, I'm Abby O'Brien with Titan TV, and I'm here at the Embassy Suites in Frisco, where the seniors will soon be arriving for their prom. Hopefully this will be an amazing night for the class of 2015 to remember.
Hello.
#2015 prom queen. The voting was pretty tight on this one, guys. All right, once again, guys, I want you to have a nice short dance here. Let's get a crown. We got a beautiful tiara for you. Some roses. A sash to make you look fancy. All right, guys, give him some space. Back.
Last week was really busy between Shattered Dreams and Prom.
We also had UIL competitions.
Please join me in congratulating our UIL competition teams who competed this Friday and Saturday in the UIL district competition and represented Centennial well. Students who qualified for regionals will compete in 2 weeks at SFA in Nacogdoches. Centennial placed second overall at district competition. Be sure you congratulate all of our students and coaches on the job well done. Centennial hosts that competed this past weekend at state competition and finished with national qualifiers. Amir McKinsky, Daniel Nelson, Alexi Ely of the biomedical debate team brought home first place medals and will be competing at nationals in June in Anaheim, California.
Hey Titans, I'm Mitch with your sports update. Baseball took on Independence on Tuesday and crushed the Knights 10-0. The Titans are now 6-5 in district. The Titans will look to improve their record tonight as they take on Lone Star at 7:30. Good luck, Titans. Softball defeated Wakeland, dominating them 11-1. Abby Walsh and Alex Hoster had 1 home run each. This puts the Titans at 10-3 in district. Come out and support your Lady Titans tonight as they take on Liberty at 7. Boys soccer took on Wiley East in the regional quarterfinals and wasn't able to pull out a win, but we should congratulate them on a great season. Girls also took on Wiley East in the regional quarterfinals. Unfortunately, they were not able to win either. Still, congratulations to girls soccer on a great season as well. Congratulations to these track and field athletes for the following accomplishments. For the JV division, Taylor Dean was the district champion in high jump, Mathilde Drury was the district champion in pole vault, Sydney Orr was the district champion in long jump, and Celeste Montag was the district champion in 400-meter dash. For the varsity division, Heather Schockler was the area qualifier in pole vault, Bria Daniels and Faith Aleo, Emily Peterson and Grace Aleo, area qualifiers for 4x200-meter relays. Savannah Hunter was the area qualifier in 300-meter hurdles, and Ameza Gubadia, area qualifier in 100-meter dash and 200-meter dash, district champion in the 400-meter run. Overall, the varsity girls team placed 4th and JV team placed 5th. And that's all for your sports, Titans.
That's it for this week's edition of Titan TV.
Have a great weekend, Titans.
If your teachers allow, please go to TitanVoting.com to vote for your student council representatives.